Alright, Forex market situation update, second analysis for the day today. Check this out, guys. Pound versus the Canadian. We left this one. I think we had a very intense relationship with the pound Canadian up until probably about a week ago, maybe, yeah, something like that, maybe 10 days ago. We had a bearish campaign which started off the breakdown below 75.84, right? And it was really interesting to see the way price kind of built up a head and shoulders pattern where the right shoulder was basically testing 75.84 from below. We were still in a position back then because we got in the first moment price crossed below that level, and we held the position while price was climbing back up, building the right shoulder. We were still there, and then of course, we really started to pick up the pace and got into some serious profit when price just collapsed, right? And in a few days, it made quite a distance towards the target. But here's the deal: the target that we set up back then was 71.22, and as we thought price was closing the distance, I mean, it was definitely closing in quick on that target. Suddenly it started to turn around. Obviously we didn't like that, and of course we wanted to protect the profit that we were able to make till that point. But also, guys, we started to realize that something was up. Price was starting to trade, potentially back then we thought price could be starting to trade sideways for a while, a bit of a consolidation phase before it hits the target. And you know what, it might even go way beyond the target. But every now and then in the middle of the move, price is starting to trade sideways as a form of a technical correction. Now, obviously, we don't have neither the time or the willingness to just, wait for price to finish up that sideways movement and merge back with the bigger cycle, which is a downside, in this case, a downside cycle. So when price was crossing above 72.80, it did that in a swifty move, single day move, and got back above 72.80, we start to suspect, this could take some time, right? So we got out. We killed that position. We took a lot of profit on the way out, but not as much profit as we thought we would be in if price was going to go all the way to the target, clearly, right? So we took a break. I mean, after closing that position, we stepped outside, right? And we waited, because we knew something interesting is going to happen. And, well, I think we got that thing. We got that thing that's interesting, that's happening, because we saw price doing 1, 2, and then all the way up 3. But on the way up, just a couple of days ago, by the way, it crossed over 73.85, which is a local resistance level, very significant one. And you can see, the first couple attempts to cross over, which failed, right? And then of course it made it a couple of days ago. But then yesterday came and price, crossed back below that 73.85. Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, first, because our long-term conviction on the pound Canadian hasn't changed at all. We're still bearish on the conviction with the pound Canadian, at least long-term perspective. So we do expect price at some point in time, to start and close in the distance on 71.22, and like I said, even beyond. But we have to separate the long-term cycle with the short-term cycle, which right now it is the short-term cycle that's setting the tone. So we're gonna treat this as a short-term trading opportunity right now and forget about the long-term perspective that we have. I mean, it's very good that they collide. They're both in sync as far as the direction goes. That's very important. You always want to be with the direction of the underlying trend and not against it, right? But guys, we have to take this face value. Right now, price breaking 73.85, sorry, means that it's going to come back down towards the lower section, which is 72.80. That's the safest spot here. So we're going to pull the trigger, guys, on a short-term position, aiming at about 110 pip, right? Trying to catch 72.80, and then we're out, because we suspect this could last for some time, right? Price could go again up again and then down again, and only in the next round it's gonna be breaking that, you know, that trading range and head straight to that big target, right? So we're gonna try to play out this movement here by setting up short-term positions until we get that breakdown, and then we'll decide whether we want to go back to that, to that long-term conviction, bearish conviction. So yeah, there you go. Just announcing a new position, fresh one on pound Canadian, trying to chase about 100 pip, 110 pip to 72.80. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, guys, time to say goodbye. Forex market situation update. It's been a pleasure, guys. We'll be back tomorrow as usual. Take care.